What's going on, ERB sports fans? Welcome back to this grading reveal. This is an 18 card order that I sent in under the $15 tier, which was like the summer special. Sent this in back in the mid-June time frame. Got it back about a week ago, but then I was gone last week or earlier this week on a work trip, so I didn't get a chance to do the grading reveal till now. Honestly, guys, this is probably the best grading submission I've ever had as far as gem rate. It was absolutely amazing. Didn't send in like the highest of high-end cards, but got some pretty cool stories with these cards, and let's go ahead and get into it. So, one of the first cards that I bought off of eBay way back during the pandemic was a De'Aaron Fox red and yellow. I had this one in my PC forever, and I wanted to see if I could get a 10 on it because it was obviously a card that if I had a 10 and I was going to sell it during the basketball season, I was going to go ahead and move off of it. And yeah, I got a 9. So disappointing in that. Next, I had a Pete Alonso. This was a green refractor that I got out of the box from the Ben Baller edition. I thought this card looked really clean. I'm really surprised. I think it may be a little bit thin on the bottom versus the top. It got a 9 on the Pete Alonso. That one's numbered out of 99. And then the next one was a card that I pack pulled way back when this guy was the hottest thing ever during Series 2 2021. He is heating up as of late. If you guys pay attention to the Pittsburgh Pirates, he's had 9 RBIs in the last 3 games. He's hit 2 home runs and a triple. His WAR is nearly doubled in that time, that being Brian Hayes, the 26-year-old third baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates. This was a Meyer Purple rookie that I pack pulled way back in the middle of 2021. I had it in my safe over there. Since then, I probably should have sold it raw because I'm sure I could have sold this card for about $100. Now it's probably worth like $40. So, but it did get a 9. It is a relatively low pop. I think the pop on this card is 3 with none higher. So yeah, and believe it or not, guys, those are the only 9s. I got 3 9s and the rest of these are 10s. And I ranked them in order from, I would say, coolest, least cool cards to the coolest card. So I ripped a ton of 2022 update. I pulled a bunch of these cards. I picked the best one I could and graded it for $15. Got a gem mint 10. Again, Brian Hayes, I pack pulled this one out of a blaster box during the summer of 2021. This was an Aqua Wave refractor numbered out of 199. Got a 10. Brian Hayes. This was one that I had from Topps they had a scratch right down this one, so I sent it back and they gave me a damaged card replacement. This one I sent in after I got it back. Royce Lewis got a 10. Aaron Judge, pack pulled this one. Probably, I don't know. Aaron Judge is very collectible. At the time, for $15, and I was trying to make at least a 15 card order. This one was selling for about $45, so I graded it, hoping I'd get a 10, and I got a 10. But in hindsight, maybe I wouldn't grade that one going forward. Then I got an X-Fractor Bo Jackson shaking Ronald Reagan's hand. I just thought this card looked cool. In the X-Fractor, no doubt. And that one also got a 10 on the Bo Jackson Ronald Reagan card. Then you guys know I ripped some 2021 update not jumbo, but regular hobby. One of the silver packs, I got a Jared Kelenic Mojo Silver. I got a 10 on this one. Unfortunately, he broke his wrist, his foot, his ankle, kicking a water cooler. So hope for better days ahead. He was having a really good season up to that point. And overall, he still is really young. I think he's only like 23 years old. Yeah, he was born in 99, so he's turning 24. But yeah, still pretty high on Jared Kelenic overall. He is from my home state of Wisconsin. So, and I also was trying to get back some of the money from the boxes that I ripped because I haven't sold a whole lot. I got 10 complete sets that I'm trying to move off of, and I got another card in here that I think you guys are going to like from that very same rip. And I think that one might actually have a chance of making a decent amount of my $500 back. So, or at least a fifth of it. So I got a Andres Jimenez next. This was when he was on the Mets. This was from Finest. This also is numbered out of 99. This was an on-card auto. Got a 10. Yeah, I actually bought this raw on eBay for like 20 bucks, I think back in the middle part of last year when I thought he was going off and having a really good season. I still do believe in him long term. He is still really young. I think he's the same age as Jared Kelenic, and he's having an okay season, but nothing so crazy that you would say, oh my gosh, he's the best thing ever. He just seems like he's going to be a good major league player. Next card, this is a funny story because I got this card in a lot deal with Step in the Box Brett over at the Oak Creek Card Show. I think it was Mello Cards, or maybe it was his friend Eddie. I think it was Mello. Sold him a bunch of cards for like really cheap, and he bought the lot for like 1,500 bucks or something like that. So he's trying to part out the lot, and it included like a Bobby Witt SSP and maybe in that lot or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, I bought a bunch of cards off of him during that Oak Creek Card Show in April for $2 a piece, and I had like other cards in there, so my net on these was like $2. O'Neal Cruz Refractor from 2022 update, Chrome, and it got a 10. So I'm into this card for $17. Thank you very much, Brett. Numbered out of 101 out of 299. Hopefully O'Neal Cruz comes back and has a pretty good career. He does have great metrics, much like I almost said O'Neal Cruz, Ellie De La Cruz, and would definitely want to hang on to this card for a little bit until he heats back up, but cool card nevertheless. Next was another card out of Ben Baller. This was probably the best card in the box I ripped from 2021 Ben Baller edition. It was a blue refractor numbered out of 150, Ryan Mountcastle. He was really hot during the early part of this season. He could still heat up in the playoffs if they make a run. You never know what will happen with him. He is like 26 years old, so he's still pretty young. But this one was numbered out of 150, and it looked like a really nice color complement. I don't think it's a color match, but blue and orange kind of go together well, much like Mets colors do. But Orioles, I just thought the eye appeal of this card looked really nice, and I wanted to go ahead and get it slabbed. So Ryan Mountcastle, this one is, oh no, I'm sorry, it was out of 75, 57 out of 75. I thought it was out of 150. So yeah, got a PSA 10 on that one. All right. Next card up, this was from a 2021 update hobby box. This was the powerful pair featuring Jake Cronenworth when he was a rookie and Fernando Tatis back in the 2021 time frame, the Independence Day. This was probably now the best card that I pulled from that case because it got a 10. I don't know there's only 2 of these in a 10 that exist. There's 70, it's numbered out of 76, 30 out of 76. So we know the cap would be 76. However, there are only 2 of these in a 10, so it's a pretty rare card. There's a lot of Tatis collectors still out there. I have it listed on my eBay right now. I listed it for like 150 or best offer. I don't know what this card will go for. My guess would be around $100. So this could get me a fifth of the way back from my case, and I'm $15 extra into this card. So hopefully there's a buyer out there for it. I really do need to get some of that money back from the case. But I would also not mind hanging on to this and seeing what happens with Tatis now that he's got the steroid issue behind him. All right, we got a couple football cards, and then the rest of them are Steph Curry PC cards. We got Jordan Love for the Green Bay Packers. Now he is the starting quarterback now that Aaron Rodgers is now on the New York Jets. This is the die cut. This was the, I think, concourse level die cut. My wife actually pack pulled this one during the pandemic when we were ripping some select. So I just thought it looked really good, and I figured I'd send it in and try and get a 10, and sure enough, it got a 10. So we'll definitely sell this card before the season if the hype ratchets up during the preseason. It looks so far like during the scrimmage games, he's playing pretty well. He has a good rapport with some of the receivers, but obviously those are scrimmage games, so we'll have to see what happens. A lot of people probably sleeping on Jordan Love a little bit, but let's see what happens. All right, next we got Joey B on the Prism Black. I pack pulled this out of a mega box from 2020 Chronicles when you could have sold those for probably double what you paid for them. So, but I had to pack pull, or I had to open a couple of them just to have a little bit of fun. I think I had like a couple on hand. I sold some to cover the price of the box I was ripping. I did pull a Joey B Prism Black and held on to this thing for a long time. I almost sold this thing raw during the hype when he was leading in to the Super Bowl that one year. And I think I would have gotten maybe like 25, 30 bucks for it, maybe 50 bucks, who knows? But now you never know. This card could fetch $150, $200. So pretty cool that I got a 10 on that. All right, we got 3 cards left. These are all Steph Curry. This one I got raw at the first version of the Midwest Monster. It is the tricolor from 2017 Select. This one I bought raw for $15. I bought 2 of them for $30 from one of the dealers. Sent it in, it got a 10. So, hey, I'm not going to complain. Any curry is a good curry, especially when we get 10s. And I've had some great luck with sending Steph Curry in from my PC and getting a 10. Next, we got First Year Prism. Again, I bought this one raw from my local Fisher's Card Show from a dealer that I've bought from before. In fact, it's the same dealer that if you guys watch my videos from a few months ago, remember I had a green die cut that was like numbered out of 65. I bought this card from the same dealer that I ended up buying both from the same dealer in different transactions. One was at the National and one was at the local Fisher's Card Show. So I don't know, man, if you tried to grade this and you didn't get a 10, or you downgraded it because you didn't think it would get a 10, well, you were wrong. So it got a 10. And I wish I would have had this card during the height of the pandemic when this thing probably went for like $400, because now I think it's sagging to about $175. But hey, I was in the card for $90, so I think we did all right. And it's going to go into the PC. And then last but not least, I bought this card on eBay. The story behind this card is I was looking for a birthday present for my wife last year around her birthday in the September-October timeframe. And I know she's a big Steph Curry fan, so I wanted to go ahead and surprise her with a couple of Curry cards. And I was looking for this card in a high grade. I'm not really showing it on screen yet, but you'll see it in a minute. I was looking for this card in a high grade, and unfortunately I didn't see any in a high grade that I could afford. And I thought, man, there's so many different variations of this die cut. Let me see if I can find an ungraded one on auction and just kind of put it on a watch list. One came up, it was Probstein 123. I went ahead and bid on it for, I think, $14, and I ended up winning the card. So it is a Steph Curry 2017 Panini Contenders Superstar. I think that stands for die cut retail. Believe it or not, guys, this is the only copy now in the world that exists of a PSA 10 of this particular card. There have been, I think, 4 total graded. 3 of them are 9s. I sent one in that I got raw off Probstein, and it's the only one in existence now that got a 10. I don't know if that'll hold long term, but it's a pretty cool story nevertheless. I was seeking out a birthday present for one of the biggest Steph Curry fans out there. I found a card, I bought it raw, I held on to it, I graded it under the summer special for $15, and now it is the only PSA 10 in existence of this particular card for now. We'll see if it holds, but I am going to hang on to this one. I'm not moving off this one. I don't know if Steph Curry will have the same appeal as like Michael Jordan, but I know that rare Michael Jordan cards that are in high grades that are almost impossible to find nowadays go for a hell of a lot of money. So I could probably sell this card right now for some decent profit, but I am not going to do that. It's going to go right into the safe, and it's going to sit there for the time being. And I'm going to relish in the fact that I bought a raw card from Probstein and I got a PSA 10. So that is the grading reveal. We got 15 10s and 3 9s in an 18 card order. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Take one more look at the Steph Curry. I don't think it does it justice. You can see my face there, but absolutely stunning card. I love the way this card looks. Doesn't get any better than that and any sweeter. This might even make play of the week from Card Talk if I tell the story and sold it. So thanks again, everybody. Appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video.